Hey everyone. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the new data sources feature in Plotly Studio. If you don't have Plotly Studio, you can just download it here. And once you have it set up on your computer, all you have to do is to click a new project. Now this will allow you to connect your data source to the Plotly Studio app so you can create any type of data app that you want. So you can, if your data is, for example, on Databricks or on Snowflake or S3 bucket, you can just click on wherever it is, and the chat will get everything started for you. So you'll see that it's thinking, okay, what does it really need for a connection to your data that's on Databricks? You're going to have to configure the credentials, and then you'll add all these credentials that you have from your own Databricks database into Plotly Studio, and once that's done, all the data will be inside, the data connection will be inside Plotly Studio, allowing you to create an app. Okay, so I'm updating my Python version here. Let's go back to projects, and I'm going to show you how to do this with, I'm going to do it with a Google Sheets, because I have most of my Google data is on a Google Sheet, at least the data that I'm interested in. So here's the sheet. Well, this is a CSV sheet. So I'm going to open this with Google Sheet. And then I'm going to share this publicly. It might work privately. I haven't tried it yet, but I want this to be public because I want to make the app public. We're going to create the app and share it on the cloud. So we'll say, instead of restricted, we'll say anybody with a link can view it. They cannot change it, but they're going to be able to view it. We're going to copy. And then we'll go back to Plotly and we'll say connect my data that is on a Google Sheet. You can say no API required, because sometimes it will think that you might need an API, but you don't need it in this case because it's just a Google Sheet. And we'll do enter, copy, paste. This is a Google Sheet. Send. And let's see what Plotly Studio tells us. So it's looking, it's loading a preview. We can view the logs, we can view the code. In this case, it's going to load a table of, or create a table of the data that it finds in this Google Sheet. Now, this Google Sheet is just a sheet for one of the Figure Fridays that we created about data for beef aging. I think this is like in Texas. A very interesting data set for the next Plotly Dallas meetup. Let's go back to the Plotly Studio. It's loading our preview. We can look at the, oh, it's still all set. You can now create charts and visualizations, analyze, so it created the code to actually import the sheet into Plotly Studio. And here we can see the Dash AG grid. So this is all, this is a Dash AG grid table of your data. Perfect. So I have my data. I didn't need to write any code. I didn't need to do anything because it's a Google Sheet. And now I can start creating the charts. And again, as you know, Plotly Studio, you can just create the charts with English prompts. You don't necessarily need to know how to code, although you will get the code. Remember, if you don't have Plotly Studio, you can just go to here, plotly.com/downloads. I will share this under the video. You can open a Plotly Cloud account, which is free, and this will allow you to connect to any type of data set that you want, wherever it's located. All right, Plotly Studio. So we're going to say, you know what? I want to make the best quality metrics by USDA grade. Generate this, and I can generate so many other graphs here. Look at all these options. I can compare side by side. I can do a lookup. I can do a pivot type graphs. I can do show the top 10 cuts by average sensory score. Again, you're unlimited. So for in interest of time, I just created one graph. So I'm going to go back to, it's still thinking, but we'll go back to the beef aging quality metric. So to the app summary, it's the same thing. And here we'll see that we already have the app. Well, we have the summary cards. It's still creating the graph below that we chose. So we have the table that's summarizing all our, well, not summarizing, that shows all our data and all our rows. And then we have the title, the description, since Plotly Studio AI figured out what this data is about. We have some controls so we can change things or filter the data. And here we have our graph, beef quality metrics by USDA grade. So we can color the graph by USD grade if we want. We can X this out, or we can do average or median, and then it'll show us here choice, prime, top prime. This is obviously the type of meat. And we can do metrics by tendencies, marbling score, whatever we want. If we don't like this, we can edit the graph and say, you know what? I don't like this. I have the code here, but instead of going into the code, let me just change something here. I want a different drop down, or maybe I want a different setup for the data, or maybe I don't want a bar chart. Maybe I want a histogram. So I can just say histogram, and then histogram, and then just update it. But I think we're okay with this graph. So now that I'm happy with this app, I can add, if I want to, more graphs right here with an English prompt, or I can just say, nope, I am completely happy. I'm going to publish this. I'm going to put it on the web for free, and then I'm just going to share it with my boss, my colleagues, or my friends. And now that we have public, usually take between 1 to 5 minutes. I found that it usually takes about 2-3 minutes, depending on the size of the app. But you can actually go to cloud at cloud.plotly.com, and you see that it already started loading. See, it's building. So while it's building, we're going to go into the settings, and we're going to say share, make this public. I want to share this publicly. General, I'm going to call it Beef Aging Quality Analytics Dashboard. And the name, this is a title, but the URL, we'll just call it Beef Aging Adam. Beef Aging for Adam, or Adam's app. Let's call it Adam's app. Adam's dashboard. .plotly.app. Save. Cannot contain inappropriate language. I wonder what's inappropriate here. Hope my name is an appropriate name. Let's just call it Beef Dashboard. Okay, we have an appropriate title. We'll go to revision. We see that this is running, so we can actually copy the link, or we can open it, or we can just go here to the Dash Apps and view it. And there we go. Here we have our app, which is tied to our data set, our Google Sheet, and has a table and a graph, or many other graphs, however you want to create this app. Quick and easy. But what's really cool about it is you can connect to any type of data set, right? No matter where your data is located, you can just go and connect with it. Just make sure you create a new project and get started. All right, everybody. If you have any questions, please ask them under the video description or in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them as best and as quickly as I can. Have a good one.